Hey there YouTube friends and family, this is another product review video and I am Rob with RV Living Yet. Today we just got our Haloview backup camera system for our fifth wheel trailer. We have owned 3 campers in the past and none of them have had a backup camera, so this has been something that's been on my list for years, but other things got in the way, you know, the hoses and the water lines and electric adapters. If you guys have an RV, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we're going to do this review today and I'm going to do a step-by-step installation. And at the end of the video, stay tuned because I'm going to give you an honest opinion on my thoughts on the Haloview backup camera system. So stay tuned. Alright guys, we are inside now and we're going to go through what's in the box. So this is the official unboxing. And this is the Haloview RD7. So basically it's the range dominator system with the 7-inch screen. So this is designed for long fifth wheels or Class A's with a trailer or something where you need that distance to get to the back. Alright, inside you're going to have your user's manual. We got some spec sheets. I believe they sent this, I'm not sure if this is in every kit, but this is a magnet for the camera on the back, and it's got a magnet plate with 3M sticky, so we'll look at that once we get out there and see if that's the best option to mount the camera on the back, because I'm going to prefer not to drill holes in the RV. If I had too many water issues with other RVs, that less holes is better. And here is the screen, so that's a good size screen. Again, I'm going to have to go through all this, so this is just the unboxing, but it's pretty heavy duty. It is plastic, but looks like it's got a little SD port for, I guess you can record on this, so we'll have to explore that. This 12-volt adapter for the camera, Allen key for adjusting, some adjustment knobs. Looks like some more 3M VHB tape, so we'll have to explore on where that's going to mount. Or hardware. This looks like the 12-volt for the screen for inside the vehicle. This is your camera adapter. This is for hardwiring the screen, and then if you want to add other cameras, so this is optional from what I've read. This is for the screen for the light, a light shield, so we'll keep the reflection off. And another mounting bracket for the screen, so if you want to mount this to the dash or you want to mount it to the ceiling, this is an option for that. Probably won't do that because I don't want to put any holes in our new truck. Another adapter wire, we'll have to get into that and see where that goes. This is a gimbal base for your screen, so this is probably the direction we're going to go. It does have a sticky bottom, but I might just take one of those bean bags, and I believe Haloview has the bean bags on their website, so that weighs it down on the dash. We're going to have to explore that once we do the install. Here is the camera on a bracket, and it looks like it has infrared for night vision, so that's pretty cool. And this is a heavy duty, actually it's really heavy, so hopefully the 3M tape holds that to the back. We're going to have to just mess with that a little bit. You have some tie downs for the roof on the wire going to the repeater. This is your long cable going from the camera to the repeater on the front of the RV, so that'll go across the top. And this is the repeater, so in essence the camera mounts on the back of the unit. We're going to run that long cord toward the front of the fifth wheel. This is going to get mounted on the front of the fifth wheel, and this is what's going to send the signal to the truck. So it's going to give you a clear picture without skipping. 2 antennas, one for the camera and one for the screen. So that's everything in the box, guys. Next step is to start. I'm going to do a little research on everything, and we're going to start the installation, and I'll bring you guys along for that as well. Alright folks, one quick thing before we get into the installation. I want to have a disclosure that Haloview did reach out to us with this camera system, and it did provide this camera system for free. There is no requirement of us to give a positive review, so we will be completely honest as we install this, and we're going to give an honest review at the end of this video. So let's get back to the installation. Alright guys, we're on the back of the fifth wheel. I preliminarily assembled everything inside. First step we're going to do is mount the camera on the back of the RV. I mounted the magnetic plate. We're going to opt for the magnet, and then this metal plate gets mounted to the RV, and then supposedly this guy, I mean the magnet connection is really strong. Whether or not this glue backing is going to be strong enough to carry this camera going down the road, we shall see. Maybe I'll update the tape later, but for now this is what we're going to do. And up there I'm going to take that center running light, and that's where we're going to tap in our power. So the back of the camera, you have a little connection here, a watertight connection. One plug goes to the large cable that's going to go to the repeater, and then the other one is a 12-volt whip that's going to go back down to the running light, and that's what I'm going to wire in to get our 12-volt power for the camera in the back. All right, first step, get the old ladder out. If you guys don't have one of these, we'll leave a link below. First step, we're just going to remove the cover to the light. And behind the cover there's two Phillips head screws. And it's also caulked in pretty well, so we're going to have to break that caulking seal. Alright, I'm going to clean the area where I'm going to mount that metal bracket with some alcohol wipes just to get it really clean. Magnet sticks. Let's hope that carries the weight. Outside the running light you have positive and negative, and so far the only thing I've noticed that this system does not have are new crimp caps to make your splices. So I do have a couple extra ones, and we're just going to have to splice in that positive and negative into the positive and negative of the running light. To avoid drilling any further holes into the RV, I'm going to notch out the bottom of the running light and run my wire up inside here to get to the hole. Let's see if that works. Alright, so we have mounted the camera on the magnet plate, cleaned up the back plate. That seems to be adhering pretty good. We removed the marker light, and you have the positive and negative, so we spliced in our camera lead, some new crimp caps. So those are the only things so far that haven't been included in the kit. And as you can see, I decided to drill out the bottom of the marker light, so when that mounts, you know, there won't be any water penetration because it's going to be at the bottom. So we'll put that all back together once we've tested everything. But that's basically how your splice is going to look if you decide to do it the way we did it. And then the other end of the wire is going to go up on the roof, and that part is going to go to the cable that goes to the front of the RV with the antenna. Alright, I got the installation done. Everything is in. Here is the backup camera, and as you can see I got the light back up all siliconed in. Actually I got ProFlex around that. The camera itself is mounted. I mean, so far it looks pretty secure. I'm certainly going to have to keep an eye on it when we're traveling down the road. Let me show you up top how I dress it all in, and then I'll show you the monitor up front and where we're going to preliminarily put it. I haven't mounted that in yet until we live with the system for a couple weeks and do a little driving. And we'll certainly show you some footage of that as well. Alright, here, they included some of these zip ties. Sorry about the AC noise. I got the excess loop underneath the solar panel for now. This is mounted in place right here. So we'll see how that performs on the road. Keep it away from the tree limbs. And let's go check out the monitor. Alright guys, so I got the monitor here in my lap just so I can mess with it while I'm recording. To pair the unit, initially you got to go into the menu, you got to toggle over the pairing, oh, not too far, which is right here, And once you initiate the pairing, somebody's got to run up on the roof or already be up on the roof to push the button on the cell repeater or whatever it is there, the repeater on the roof. Otherwise there's no way you're getting out of the truck, running on the roof and hitting that button within 20 seconds. So unless you do it ahead of time, that part is a two-person job. Other than that, you have the speaker, the volume control, so you can hear the person behind you. We'll test that out. You have picture quality. You have mirrors, so you can flip the screen. You have up to 4 inputs, so you can put 3 more cameras. You got your various settings, quality, screen quality, and so forth. Auto scan, I'm assuming, is to look for cameras. You got your park line. You can adjust your lines as you're backing up, so that's a pretty cool feature, or turn them off. And you can record. If you put an SD card in this guy, you can record as you drive. You can play back, and again, the last one is pairing. So all in all, this is very intuitive to use. So far I'm pretty impressed, but next step is going to be a road test. We're on the highway, we're doing about 65, and this is the backup camera, looking really clear. Love to see that there's, you know, nobody right behind me in my blind spot, so that's great, and it looks like it's real time with cars going by next to us. So far pretty happy with it on the in the drive mode. Alright guys, we are actually using our backup camera, and what I ended up going with, let me show you how I did it on the dash here. I ended up buying one of these bean bags to mount it to, so I can slide it around and I can take this guy out of here. Since this is my daily driver, I don't always want the screen on my dash. So this was a great option to not drill or damage our dashboard. So if you don't want to do that, then that's a great way to do it. As far as my recommendation on whether or not you should look at the Haloview if you're on the market for a backup camera, I would say here are my pros and cons in complete honesty. The couple pros that I see, actually let me start with the cons. The first con would be that it does have an audio. Somebody in the back can talk to you. I do hear it, but with a diesel engine, it's a little difficult to hear, so if they could improve the speaker maybe, or the microphone in the back, that would make that a lot better. And also in the age of 2020 and iPads, I feel that the screen could be a little bit thinner and a little bit more lightweight, a little bit more streamlined, considering, you know, they do have the technology out there. It just seems like a little bit older technology as far as the screen goes. But all in all, the screen is really clear. The fact that I can take it off my dash when I'm not using it is great, so it really isn't that big of a deal. And for the price point, the pros with this unit are, for having a long rig, a 52-foot rig like we have, we don't have any skipping on the video, which I know a lot of the cheaper units, the $100 to $200 cameras, they have that distance issue. And then you get up into the Furrion products, which are $400 or $500, and those are just, that's a lot of money for a backup camera. So for a midpoint backup camera with a repeater system the way we have it here, this is a great option for you. Also, if you are pre-wired, unlike us, they do have adapters for the Furrion system, so you just plug and play. As far as install, you saw how we did it with no pre-wire. If you're moderately handy, this is a pretty decent install. You know, I would say getting up on the ladder, doing some electrical work, and you know, just you got to be somewhat handy to put this in. But all in all, I do recommend you guys check it out. I'm going to leave a link for Haloview down below. Also, that beanbag that we picked up, check that out if that's an option for you. And I think for the price point, it's a winner. I mean, I would definitely be happy with this. We're going to continue using it, and it's a mid-price point camera, and I do recommend it. So we'll see you guys on our next video, and take care.